I don't know about you, but if you're bilingual like me, you find it very hard at some point to just convey emotions, convey feelings, because your tongue gets the most tongue-tied twisted it can ever be. That isn't to say that pretty much you are lacking in skill or whatnot. I think it's more about not being able to develop it in a way that suits for the type of translation on the fly that you need to do. Yeah, I recently took a translation test or language proficiency test for something that I'm doing, and to tell you that I felt so self-conscious, so nervous, so yeah about my skills. It really did feel a little bit bad, honestly. I grew up with both English and Spanish as my own household. Mainly, Spanish at home, English outside. My parents didn't know English, maybe not to the most perfect ability, but it was something that they could get their points across. And with all that, I was able to live in this environment, which allowed me to grow my skills in both levels. I think at the same time. There's a term for it, but I honestly do not know, and I always forget what it's called. In the end, though, um, I was fortunate enough to move uh, to my parents' country, our home country, and live there for several years and kind of develop my Spanish language skills. Of course, you add a little sprinkle of not great words, but it is just part of the world of lexicon, I guess, where everyone has slang, everyone has a different way of doing things. Um, and honestly, I find it more of a strength because it allows you to express yourself even more than what is already allowed naturally from the language. But anyway, as time has gone on and I've been pursuing my own education, I've had to step away from my community per se. And although I've been able to meet so many new people, been able to learn so much about different cultures, and so I did kind of lose that sense of or having that environment in which I could practice my Spanish, in which I could feel very comfortable and talk. And that really worried me, especially during this exam. It worried me a lot, like a lot. I mean, I'm in Japan right now. You don't see that many Latin people. There is a small community. I've been able to meet them recently, but still, they're from different places, mainly from South America, and their style Spanish is a bit different than Central American Spanish. Um, but even still, my own Spanish is kind of evolved, so that is very neutral in the way that I speak. I don't use that much, as we would say, caliche in speaking, but it really does allow me to kind of get my point across in some ways. But also, if I can't think of a word in Spanish, I go into the English word. I'm like, is there a similarity? Can I just like take that English word, add like a eres, dores, something, and just make it a Spanish word? Just that Spanglish. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I feel very self-conscious about in my own language skill. And yeah, just wanted to put the question out there. Do you feel self-conscious about your language skills? Whether you're bilingual, trilingual, multilingual, or monolingual, honestly, do you feel that maybe your own one language doesn't feel like it's at par with everybody else around you? Definitely let me know. This is just a video that I decided to just kind of test out the new camera, the new setup. Apparently, this lets me, it's auto blurring the background and kind of focusing on me. And although there's some dust on this screen right here. I mean, the screen on this mirror right here, but from what I'm seeing, it's doing a good job to cover it. Also, don't mind my hair. I had a beanie on, so it just makes it all that. But anyway, uh, let me know what you think. Now that I finally have a new phone, new videos, hopefully it's just kind of my ramblings about stuff. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. And I will see you next time. Nos vemos.